So I did my project on the human abstract. They were formed in Los Angeles in 2004. Those were the original members. The only people who stayed throughout their lifespan were Dean Herrera and Brett Powell. They got their name from a poem by William Blake. They originally signed with Hopeless Records in 2005, and for their last album, they were signed with E1 Music. They had 3 albums and 1 EP. Their first one is Nocturne, released in 2006. It has some of their best songs. It's pretty basic, just metal. Then their next one, Midheaven, the AJ Minette who composed the first album, he actually left to go study classical music, and because of that, it kind of suffered. But then he came back for Digital Veil, and it was really good, which really added a lot to the album, and they even added some digital stuff to it, which is pretty interesting, although it was still good. And then Moonlight Sonata is their cover of Beethoven's Moonlight Sonata. They were influenced by Rush, Dream Theater, Between the Buried and Me, and then just your general classical music stuff and metal. This is a quote by AJ Minette. It has been exciting to write metal music again. We all want to make something that we can believe in, so we all have been digging deeper to become better musicians and composers. I wanted to take my classical studies and apply them to metal, but I did not want it to turn out sounding like power metal. And one of the elements of, so they're a neoclassical metal band, and one of the defining elements of that is diminished sevenths and arpeggios. Arpeggios are chords, but they're played, each note is played individually in rapid succession. It's really fast and very complex, and it also uses pentatonic scales. That's my bibliography. And let me pull up the song and stop me. Okay, that was the Human Abstract's cover of the third movement of Moonlight Sonata by Beethoven. Since the Human Abstract is a neoclassical metal band, one of the defining aspects of neoclassical music is it has a lot of influences from classical and it's metal. So there's 2 different kinds. You have metal, you have classical music, which is just played with metal instruments. And then you have songs that have a lot of the same theory elements, like pentatonic scales, like I mentioned before. And so this one that I just played is the classical music played on metal instruments, and then they also have some songs that are the other kind of neoclassical metal that plays, or that has classical theory in its composition.